How's it going, guys? Today I just want to go over my Floowandereeze deck profile that I've been messing around with and actually helped me get top 4 at a box tournament at my locals. And depending how this is, this may be my regional deck, but just some more testing's going on, so let's get right into it. Main deck, we're going to start off with 3 Floowandereeze and Robina. It's your main starter that you want to go with. And then other small birds, Floowandereeze and Eaglin, one Stree, one Tokan, and then card I like to run is the Samored Bird of Perfection. This just helps if you need to grab this off of Rabina, it helps chain block if you don't have another one banished. So it's kind of the reasoning for that card. As for big birds, it's gonna be 2 Empen. This is your main guy. Some of my friends and I were talking about potentially 3 for this, but I didn't like starting with one in hand or just clogging up my hand with multiples, so that's why I'm gonna stick with 2. One Avion for your negate, and one Rise of the Mega Monarch for helping push for game and also just disrupting on your opponent's turn. Uh, 6 hand traps. Shifter is self-explanatory. It kills a lot of rogue decks and also just hurts Snake Eyes a lot. Most of the time they can't play through this. Then we have 3 Drone Lockbird. This is just good for other random matchups, and sometimes, yeah, it will conflict with the shifter, but usually if you can throw one at the opponent, the idea is that they can't really play anymore. And then as for spells, we got 3 of the map. This is your, ideally you want to see this in hand, just help starts with combos. 3 of the Advent, just to help dodge Imperm and Veiler and all, and even Ghost Mourner. A lot of people are running that now, and so just having a good amount of that is good. And then Unexplored Winds help tribute over your opponent's big guys that you can't really get over, or just potential set cards that they don't want to shotgun and use. Then Consistency, 3 Prosperity, and 3 Duality. And then a tech card is the Swallow's Kauri. This kind of just acts as another copy of this, but the difference is you can grab one with the same name if you really need to. I had it at 3, but when I was running at 3, I found that sometimes it wasn't really needed, or the hand was just too clunky, so I cut it down to 2, and I liked it for the box tournament we had. And then other tech cards, 2 Di-Fi. This is just good. It helps block against Droll along with the Called By, because Droll kind of does hurt this deck a lot. So I like having these in the main because even going second, if I slap this down and they don't really have a way to get rid of it and I can just crack their board, a lot of their stuff will get banished. And trap cards. 2 Dreaming Town. At first I had 1, but I found that sometimes having 2 is great because either you can have this in hand already and grab the continuous off of M-Pen, or yeah, just having 1 for follow-up. And then also the 1 main deck Floodgate, Harpy's Featherstorm. It's kind of a necessary evil for the deck. Sometimes if you get drolled and all you have is this and and the Eaglin, this is good enough to help you survive a turn to start playing again. And extra deck. It's going to, you can really put whatever you want. I put some thinking into it just for like random Dogmatic of Fire King builds or just things that rip from the extra deck. 1 Omega. We have a small Zeus line. This is for if you have 2 small birds. The train. This is ideally if you can special summon in your turn and you have 2 Empens and you somehow don't kill, you can burn for the last remainder damage. Or you can use them to overlay into Zeus. But again, most of the time you're not using this extra deck, so you can really just throw in whatever. 2 Garura, 2 Entis, and then just a meme card that me and my friends like to use is Thunder Giant. Just so, I don't know, if we ever get a high level event topping list, we can throw this in a deck profile just to be funny. Then small link package, or rest is link package, link Karibo, Anima, Fergie. Sometimes they don't play into that, play around the Anima column, so it's good to have. Then Phoenix to get rid of back row, Fire Swordsman, and the BLS link. This did actually come up against a stun player at the box tourney. He kept slowing down my plays, and I had M-Pen and two other bodies, and I just made this, and he couldn't really out it. I just kept swinging over his stun monsters. And then side deck. This is more local specific, but I also try to make it a little more generic just for the meta. 3 Ghost Spell. This just hits like the Fire King decks and the Snake Eyes if throughout their combo. 2 more Feather Storms for when we're going first. We can guarantee that we kind of get an easy win. 2 Evenly, 2 Lightning Storm to help go second, break some boards. And then for back row, we have 3 Cosmic. And then to go along with the Evenlies, the Lightning Storms, and the Feather Storm, I had to borrow them from friends, so I don't have them on me anymore, but it was 2 Triple Tactics Thrust. And then we had a third of the a second of the continuous spell. The thought process for a second one of this is for the mirror match, because ideally in the mirror match, if you get this first, you win, because you can just keep tributing over your opponent's stuff before they can set up. So those are the cards missing from here, but that is what I ran. So this is kind of just the list I've been messing with. I was happy with how well I did at the box tourney. We split top 4, so we didn't really get to see where I would end up. But so overall, it's been running pretty well, and can't really complain too much about it. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.